All right, we are back. The party has successfully completed that puzzle. And with that, the door opens. Ockar, the key in your hand looks the way it did before the start of that puzzle. So all the little pieces that you put in it have vanished. And all the depressions and symbols have vanished. The other ones that you picked up, you do still have in hand. However, the door opens up on a very large spherical chamber. The walls are glowing slightly, and you feel a wash of great heat just kind of pour into the hallway from this chamber in front of you. It is a spherical...
got like a...
Hold on. It is a spherical chamber, and you see in the center of the bottom a shaft going down. The walls are glowing, and they get darker up near the top, and they're brighter, slightly brighter reddish down near the bottom. And you see no floor in front of you. The door is roughly on the center line, and as far as you can tell, just opens up into nothingness.
Presumably this has an invisible floor like before, says Braxon, and leans back and taps his toes out slightly.
So you're tapping into empty air, expecting an invisible...
Yeah, he's leaning
floor.
backwards, and he's just tapping the edge of his foot, preparing to fall backwards.
Lafdul is so tempted to tap you on the back and just push you straight over.
There is, in fact, some sort of floor there. You feel solid ground, even though you see nothing.
Yeah.
So what Yeldan's gonna do is he's gonna take his foot, once he feels the solid surface on the visible thing, he's gonna slide his feet and on there forward without putting much weight on it until he's sure that he's still on the ground, and then repeat that, moving slowly across the floor. So if he does run into an edge, he'll not
just
fall
go over,
off.
right?
Yeah, isn't it just better to use a weapon than use your feet? Some kind of long pointy thing.
Braxton's going to take off his magic rope and throw it out, cast it out in front of him.
Okay. Also, FYI to Lafdul, the dryness that you felt has abated from one of the holes, and the time you spent deliberating, apparently some of the damage you took from that the salt niche was temporary. You've recovered 4 hit points.
Yay,
Including regeneration.
Well, I don't know how long, what period that was.
Alright, so Braxon, you're going to use your rope. Yeldan is going to carefully shuffle forward with his feet.
Lafdul's... I could just fly around and map out the area a lot faster.
Can you actually map it out?
Well, if I suddenly start falling, I can just fly. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll just save it.
How are you going to see the floor if you fly into an invisible...
Oh, I already know, based on how the previous...
Yeah, if it's the same
dungeon
shape.
was. Yeah, it's the same, so I know vaguely
Which
where to go.
properties?
So I'm just confirming whether or not that would be true or not.
Yeah, the problem, I mean, the flying would save you if you go over the edge, but once you're flying, if you hit the invisible floor, you know, I mean, that's running into a solid object. You're stopping your momentum, and you'll be falling. Higgimus, you had a question.
Yes, so when they find the edges, every, I don't know, 10, 15 feet, I'll mark it really well, the edge really well with a piece of chalk.
Okay.
That's going to be really hard to see on clear, unless it's colored chalk.
Oh.
Chalk's normally white.
Do you have something better?
I don't know. The charcoal would come up any better either. Just leave. Have we got any spare, like, torches or something? Something very obvious.
Have we still got that square of charcoal?
I assume that comes under the stuff that we just replaced, that I replaced my spell components when I replaced
No, I
them.
meant, did that go in the key? I think it went in the key.
No,
No,
it
it didn't.
It didn't. You could rub that on the floor, but
there isn't much of it.
yeah. I mean, we could go outside and pick up some dirt and throw dirt on the floor to
Do we
show us
leave-
where the floor is.
Do we leave footprints?
No. Pardon me.
I'm
No, you
going to go
don't
ahead
leave
and
any.
do the chalk thing since nobody else came up with anything better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how much are you planning to chalk? I
A
mean,
lot of chalk.
and keep in mind that you are looking at a room that's over 300 feet in diameter. And it's extremely hot in here.
Really hot.
Oh!
I mean,
Braxon's going to go back to the room and pick up his clothes and throw the remains of his clothes, which is dust, on the floor.
It's dust. I mean, it's already
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's
but
actually
it'll
quite
show us-
useful.
It'll show us where the
Yeah.
floor is.
except like, it's not sand. It's dust.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, have you ever like had a dusty shelf and you've wiped it up?
Yeah,
it
but this
clumps
is
all
see-through.
together.
You-
It doesn't then separate out. I mean, it's there really is not much there. You're not talking about like a bucket full or something like that.
True.
And it's not sand.
Well, surely it's 10 pounds full
Hey,
of
Al,
dust.
No.
I thought clothing weighed 10 pounds.
Well, no, it doesn't. But even if it did, I mean, turning to dust generally means that there is a pretty substantial loss of mass.
Ald,
Yes.
would an invisible floor be classed as a trap? I.e., would find traps work
No.
because in the middle there is a hole?
No.
Ah,
A trap usually has to operate in some manner.
And there was
well,
I mean,
there was me
a
thinking there'd be a
cliff
point.
wouldn't be classed as a trap,
I
even though
wonder
you
if
could walk
detect
over the
snares
edge.
and pits would work.
No.
No?
The pit part might work on the center, but no. in
It
general,
says deadfalls, and I suppose deadfalls.
Did someone have shoes?
Similar
that left animal
hazards along a
prints?
path.
You know what? Wasn't there like thinking about last time? Wasn't there like a straight, if you walked straight to the circle thing in the
Yeah.
center, there was a bar, or there was plenty of room straight, and then if you go straight from the bottom door here to here, didn't it? Wasn't there a walkway all the way through that too? If you went straight from
Yeah.
end to-
And there was a third walkway to over here.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So if we just did that,
More
we'd be
like-
fine.
I mean, if you want to like use the ruler and show me where you're planning to walk, I will tell you whether you fall off or risk falling, or if you are doing something like, you know, poking it with your stone, your sword or something
Yeldan
like that.
Alright. Yeldan's like, here.
Don't forget I had the semicircle around the doorways as well.
Right, but the ruler is better because
Oh,
since you can't
wrong.
see anything,
I should be working this way. This way.
Do you see where I drew?
yeah,
all-
I see that. Is that what your plan is, Higgimus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's my
When-
plan.
When I do get to the hole there in the center, I will look down it. See what's
Okay.
down at the bottom.
Are you doing anything to try and prevent yourself from finding the edge?
Yeah, I'll use my maul as like a kind of drag it along in front of me.
You can't drag something in front of you.
Pushing
Push
it.
it.
Slide it in front of
Sliding it, I guess.
you. Like, what do you
And if
call
it doesn't slide, then
Sticks.
I'll use the handle as a tap, since my 15-foot pole was destroyed, right?
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay. I thought it was destroyed
Oh, it was.
in that lightning
just-
room.
It wasn't destroyed. It was just clattered to the floor. I just
Is that
wasn't
true, Ald?
able.
That is true.
Oh, okay. Then I'll use the 15-foot pole
Okay.
to tap it out like a blind guy.
Okay. There is you do make sure that you avoid the edge getting to the center, and you do look down, and there is
It's going to be
Lava.
hot.
it is very hot. Yeah, it does look like there's lava down there.
Yeah.
So we
It's going
got
to be the
our
opposite of
own.
the other one.
Leva follows Higgimus.
And it's going to fill up when we get to the next room.
Higgimus,
I wonder what kind of creature we're gonna have to fight in here.
You're basically following behind Higgimus, like in his footsteps, kind of thing.
Yes,
Okay.
she feels safe behind his back.
But she's not going to save Higgimus if he falls down because there's nothing she can do about it.
No. But if he falls down, she can. She still has a moment to save herself.
She can wave goodbye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she'll
she
have
can do that.
a teary moment. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So is everyone else following Higgimus?
Yeah, Braxton's going to go out throwing a length of rope in front of him.
yeah, we're all going to have to hold on
see
to
that.
some rope.
I'll
Oh,
follow.
he's not tying himself to anyone. He's just throwing a bit of rope out.
No, but it kind of makes sense that we should be tied up.
No, it doesn't.
So if I fall off, I pull all of you with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone apart
If-
from Higgimus.
I mean, who, do you guys really want to live if you lose Higgimus?
No,
Yeah.
Life's not worth
Yes.
living anymore.
I don't know. Lafdul will live without Higgimus. You know.
where would
doesn't
Leva
know about
hide
not-
if Higgimus dies?
It was too hard being the captain when Higgimus was dead.
Hmm.
Oh, wasn't there a door or something?
Yeah,
along
but
the edges?
it's in the middle of the air.
Yeah, there was a
I
door.
have-
It was either here
Uh-huh.
or here.
If you
Okay.
find it, I can make you climb there.
Well,
Oh, wasn't
made a
last time we
mistake
had a hard
last time.
time? Yeah.
Last time
we
you
had-
broke it with the horn.
Well, I mean, like, we couldn't push on it last time because we didn't have enough leverage, I guess.
And we broke it with the horn blasting.
Yeah, so we
broke it
have
with
to.
a horn blasting. I think there's another way to get in there too, right?
Yeah.
well, we could go through the real door rather than the door in the middle of the air.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I can't remember what our advantage was for going through the door in the air.
We would have skipped the
Puzzle.
puzzle trap thing here.
Yeah. I guess the puzzle trap makes the whole floating floor rotate.
All right, I'm gonna follow the path that I laid out there.
Okay. And I heard Leva and Ockar are following Higgimus.
Yeah, Braxton's going out.
Lafdul's
Yeah.
gonna follow as well.
I might as well follow Higgimus. Higgimus is leading with this 15-foot pole.
Okay.
We just follow on a straight line.
All right, you get to the far door. Higgimus did take a slight detour along the way to look down the pit, but then you do get back to the door. The door is substantially larger than the other ones that you've encountered, although, again, you recall it, it was about the same size in the previous dungeon. And you do see at about chest height the indentation for the key.
Considering how slow we're going across this door, I regenerate a hit point.
Higgimus, how slow are you going? Are you going normal walking pace, or are you going really, really slow?
Because
I'm not going really, really slow. I'm going maybe a smidge slower than normal walking pace, just to make sure I'm not like going to step off the edge. type
Okay.
of thing.
It only takes a couple minutes to get through. That.
Ah,
It's 300 feet, give or take.
Braxton's throwing a length of rope to the left and the right to make sure he's not getting too near the edges.
Okay. All right. So you get to the door, and are you just gonna stick the key in?
Ockar? You're muted.
Ockar key opener. His
He's muted.
new title. He
Muted.
was
Ockar's speechless right now. I'm going to take the key from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Sorry, I was eating.
So
I'm
Ockar,
gonna put the key in.
Ockar inserts the key, and with a
And we all
grinding
die.
sound, it opens up, and you see a larger hallway than the previous ones that you've been in this complex. It's about 30 feet, a little bit less than 30 feet wide, leading down to a door on the far end of the hall.
Braxton's going to
hold
check
on,
around.
hold on. Let me finish
Let him
telling you what it
describe.
looks like.
All right.
The walls are made of light blue stone. Looks like some sort of marble. And are you gonna actually enter the hallway?
Finish describing it, please.
Right. Well, that's what I need to know if you're going to enter.
No, Braxton's turning around looking for a monster.
Ockar will enter.
Okay.
Before you enter, I hold my hand out to kind of stop you. What was in here last time in the other place?
Nothing.
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 Yeah.
Nothing?
It is on the way back out of the place where the monster came out of the hole in the middle of the room. And
Yeah, but going in, there was nothing.
I meant like in the hallway here. There was nothing in the hallway last time?
Nothing in the hallway that I remember.
All right. I pat you on the back and go, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll enter.
Okay. You feel walking through the doorway, almost like you're passing through
Air conditioning.
something. Not exactly, because there's no like moving air, but immediately after passing through crossing the threshold, the temperature, the extreme heat that you were feeling before, you guys were just drenched in sweat and everything like that. It's gone, and the hallway is a very comfortable temperature. It's just a sudden, instantaneous change, not like you're walking into a room with blowing wind or anything like that. Clearly, there's like some sort of barrier between this hallway, and the previous room.
Could I roll
Where's
spellcraft?
Stan, by the way?
He has been following you.
Could I roll spellcraft to know if that's weather stasis or something?
You can roll it.
Because that seems like that spell. But obviously made permanent. I wonder if that can be made permanent. It probably can. Spellcraft, where are you? Yeah, come on, 11. Alright, I think high is worse. That's a failure.
Yep, that is a failure.
Huge.
You're not sure if this is weather stasis, but you are pretty sure that magic is involved.
All right, so Ockar didn't get zapped or stabbed or crushed or anything like.
Nope.
I
Alright,
seem
I'll walk
fine, so I'm gonna keep going.
Motto of Ockar's life.
The walls are cool to the touch if you touch one of them, and again, the ceiling is vaulted, and there are bright lights, in the center of each vault down the hallway, and there's another large door at the far end.
I will pay attention to the walls and see if there's anything in particular about them.
Nothing that you notice. The walls just appear to be blue marble of some sort. And other than slight shade differences, it appears to be pretty standard blue marble all throughout the hallway. The floor is even made of that. The vault is made of that.
Shade differences. Does that match
Just like
any sort of signals?
No. It's just like sometimes it's a slightly lighter blue, or sometimes it's slightly darker blue. Kind of you would expect out of a quarry. They're never all
exactly
the
same.
same.
Yeah.
I just remembered something that we forgot to do, that we talked about before we started the session.
What was that?
About finding out he got the Iron Stone.
Oh no, I said you could do that during the break or after the session.
Alright. Fair enough.
Unless you really feel that it's important to figure out who has it now so they can use it.
Nope.
Yes, so they don't die.
Alright. So let's continue on, I guess.
All right. So you're gonna head down to the end of the corridor with the door?
Yep.
Okay. As you approach the door, you do not see an indentation for a key. Are you gonna continue closer?
I'll say to the rest of the people, you want to come down here so that if there's a puzzle, we can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Following.
Okay. As you approach the door, a magic mouth appears in it and speaks out. 3 lives it has, gentle enough to soothe the skin, light enough to caress the sky, hard enough to crack rocks. Ready for the second reading?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
3 lives it has, gentle enough to soothe the skin, light enough to caress the sky, hard enough to crack rocks.
Hard enough to...
Crack rock.
Quack rocks.
No, the one before that.
Light enough to caress the sky.
Skin.
I will type.
It was light enough to
Oh, why have
soothe the skin,
It's water.
and light enough to caress the sky.
It's water.
Yeah, I was thinking
gentle
that
enough
too.
to smooth the skin, light enough to caress the sky, hard enough to crack. What was it?
It caresses the sky with...
Yeah, it's gotta be water.
caresses the sky with clouds, and it cracks rocks
Or
by
with time.
getting into...
Yeah, I agree. It's water. I'll say.
Yeah, I think it's water.
You can also see it as the 3 lives as 3 different states of water, because
Yeah,
it
gas.
turns into... It can be boiled into steam, be water, and...
It can be solid,
frozen
liquid, or
out.
gas.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Get into the weed.
ice is
I
when
think
it
it's
cracks
water.
the rocks, and
Yep.
steam or mist is when it caresses the sky.
Re-agreement to it's water.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
more or less unit
That's your answer?
numerous.
Water.
Yeah.
All right, you speak
Yes.
out water, and the magic mouth disappears, and the door slowly opens. You find yourself entering another spherical chamber, very similar to the chamber that you recall from the last dungeon.
hmm
Why is that there? I don't know.
Was
Okay.
it hard enough to crack rocks? Sorry.
Hard enough to crack rocks, yes.
Alright, so I'm just updating my notes, sorry.
Let me just go ahead and reveal the chamber.
I get a feeling Ald rolls a die to pick to see which riddle we get.
Yes, I
He
do.
told us he does. Random.
I made one for every element and para-element and quasi-element. Well, some of them I didn't make, some of them I got.
I reckon we should have purposely failed them, so all these spent ages on these just to... They didn't even try. Why?
So you find yourself at the edge of another spherical chamber. Once again, you see the spheres of light orbiting moving slowly around a center point. The walls are black, studded with small, clear gemstones that all glow.
Does this look like the same?
Yes. Other than
Sphere.
just the positioning of where you are and everything like that, it looks the exact same.
Does someone remember what we had to do to get that?
Approach
What
the
was
middle.
it? That thing up here?
Yeah, the rigor.
We just gotta get close to it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lafdul's going to make himself look like a rigor when this happens.
Uh-huh.
You've only ever seen
Braxon's
one
gonna,
Rhaegar, though.
Yeah, I know. He's just going to do the best mock-up he can.
Okay.
Braxon's
think we
gonna
should,
go in and spend time looking at the planets, because when he wanted to do it last time, everyone said, "Run, run, 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 go, go."
Well, that's because it was after the
Yeah.
you kind of cause things to explode.
Yeah. Well,
All right, so
I
you're
think-
entering the chamber.
I think we should observe Sten more closely from now on.
Roll eyes. I'm gonna approach the middle.
All right.
What?
So as you
I'm gonna head to the middle too.
as you enter the chamber and start making your way, some of you start making your way towards the center. The figure that you saw in the previous dungeon, with his blue hair and dusky skin and
Lafdul's
strange
making
clothes.
a good enough copy now that he's directly looking at it.
Okay.
So you can transform into it later on.
Okay. The figure appears in the air and says, "Congratulations! You have completed the second trial. Have your reward and swiftly visit the ultimate paradise." And with that, a small triangular metal object appears in the air at about shoulder height. Sorry. It appears to be made of steel and another metal. Give me an armor check, Ockar.
Okay.
I guess.
It'll be him first before anyone else.
Okay. So to get below a 9. Nope.
Okay, give me a weaponsmithing check there, Yeldan.
Your gunsmithing, that might come into it.
Hey!
Okay. Yeldan, you recognize the object as being made of an alloy of steel and mithril. It's floating in
Pretty
the
hard
air.
to
You
make.
see on the underside there's kind of a round knob of some sort. And the very tip of this triangular object is made of a clear red crystal that you'd guess is a ruby.
I'm going to pick up the object since I'm already carrying the cold side object.
Okay. Doing so, the figure speaks again and says, "With this you can assemble a special device that will lead you to my paradise. It also has secondary functions if you choose to make use of them. However, such uses are very limited and require an item of great value. When you assemble it, you will know what it can do." And then the figure vanishes.
Probably a spelljamming helm.
Maybe.
A helm?
Well,
Like an engine. For it, so to speak.
I'll put it in my pack for now, and I guess when we get back to the Riven, we'll see about assembling this.
Okay.
Something we could put together now?
I would prefer we do it when we get back to our ship.
So now after that, so I go and I
Why?
push I push at one of the lighting lights. Of
All right. Well,
the thing.
hold on. The Higgimus and Ockar are discussing whether to assemble this or not.
Why?
I would prefer we wait until we get back to our ship, so
Why?
that.
Mm-mm.
Well, it may be something that when we activate it, we need a ship to go there, or.
I was guessing, to be fair, I didn't know.
It's
Braxon holds up a finger.
I'd like to do it in a place where we're at least a little bit more safe before we decide to activate this thing.
I
And who
agree
says
with
it won't
Ockar.
work
Or a
there?
place where we can restock. Like, imagine if it's a portal that we can't take back apart.
You know
What
how...
What about if it only works here and not at the ship?
I think that if this is like the other place, that circular hole in the room out there is going to fill up with magma or boiling
I
water,
think
and we're going to have to run
it
out.
only filled up last time because you guys messed
the
with that
rings.
one contraption.
Or it might be because we started walking up, but I think we should search this place for another room.
Right, but
And I think we should.
is the party in agreement to not assemble this here? I haven't heard
No.
whether Higgimus.
I don't think we should assemble it here. I think we should wait till we get back to our ship.
I think we should
I
search
disagree.
this room first.
Braxton's going to stroll
Why do you
over
guys
to
want to assemble it here? I mean, what if, like, imagine if it's a portal, but we can't disassemble it or move it again.
I'm in
I
for
think
a
it's
compromise.
not- Yeldan points out it's from what he said. It sounds like a navigation device.
Yeah.
So literally point us in the direction we need to go.
Yeah, and it consumes an item.
Well,
Well,
if
no,
it is
for
a
the secondary
navigation
use,
device,
it
how do we
consumes
know
an
that it'll navigate us anywhere on this planet? It might be something that we need our ship to get to.
Yes,
Alright.
but whatever.
I don't see the harm in putting it together right now.
I
Plus,
agree.
the guy said it has different might have different functions.
Has a different function that consumes an item.
Right.
How about we agree to put it together after we finish searching the place and are.
That's what I was going to
Rest.
suggest. Search this room, then put it together when we found
Braxton's
this
already
other
walking over
secret.
to the wall.
Yeah, Yeldan said that he
I
just
would-
wanted to do that too, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
will
guys want
join
to,
in as
if
well.
you guys want to
So-
put off the discussion until after searching, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Fine, Ockar. I'll let you have it your way. I don't feel like arguing with you right now.
Braxton's trying to remember the
Be
start
too cautious.
sequence.
I'm
Lewa,
gonna
Lewa feels like arguing.
Yeldan's
She
just-
might disagree. Who says that it's it's going to work on our ship? Let's do it here, where
Who said it's
the
gonna get
chances are
work
higher
here?
that it will even work.
Right, but at the same time, let's be clear that you don't like you're saying how do you know that you're right, Ockar? The same applies to you. How do you know that you're right, Leva?
Yeah, how do you know
I
that you
don't.
guys are
You've
right?
got
don't.
no evidence one way or the other.
It's
Right.
a matter of opinion. And I
Because,
disagree with
Yeldan
Ockar.
will say, I think
Braxton.
it works also because it's a navigation device and it's supposed to point us in the direction we need to go inside the phlogiston.
Yeah, but you don't
That's
know
where
that
it will
either.
work.
That's just another assumption on your part.
Braxton's already
It's an
running his hands over the
Yes,
stars.
I got that, Braxton.
Trying to. Well, he's going to talk to people while he's doing it, and he's going to say, if this goes down like last time, we're going to have to run out really quickly. So if we assemble that thing and it makes it harder for us to get it out, it might cause problems.
How big
I
is
don't
that called?
Well, the triangle is not very big. The other object is quite a bit bigger. Takes up a lot of room in Ockar's pack.
Yeah.
Okay, Ald. So I have experience with like navigation equipment and that sort of thing. With my, especially my proficiency.
Mhm.
Looking all the pieces
Oh,
and how it looks like it might go together. Can I guess on how it looks like it might go together?
When you say looking at all the pieces, are you looking at the one that you got here and the one you got back on the dark side?
oh.
Not putting it together, just kind
Right,
of.
I understand. But those are the two pieces you're looking at.
I think we should
Yes.
include the key as a piece, just in case.
On the key.
And the
You
key?
might be right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the
Yes.
dark side mentioned that the key is part of the assembly.
The key is definitely part of the assembly. It looks like the round knob on the triangular piece fits into one end of the key, and the key fits into the rectangular object that you suspect is a base.
You might be right. I've
Just-
just realised something.
Putting those all together, you're pretty sure that it would not fit in any of your packs anymore.
I've just realised something. We are standing in a model of a crystal sphere. So maybe
Are
if
we?
you assemble it here, it will point to the planet that we need to go to.
It also might not be disassemblable once you've assembled it.
That's
Yeah, we
true.
wouldn't be able to carry
But-
it anymore.
Okay, so
Oh, no,
we
no,
got
someone
two
could
things-
carry it. You just couldn't put
We
it
got-
into a pack.
We got two things that might cause us a problem. One is that thing outside might fill up with boiling water and we have to run away quickly. The other thing is we might actually need this model of this celestial crystal sphere in order to work out where to go. In which case,
Why would we
can
need-
only do that here.
Well,
why-
I think the reason
Why are we in a model of a crystal sphere?
It's
I think
to
the only
show
reason-
us what it looks like.
Braxton, I think the only reason the last place filled out was because you guys decided to mess with the rings in that container. And
That could be
everything.
coincidence.
I think that was powering the place, or at least keeping it stable, and then doing that caused everything to go haywire.
Yeah, but
Well-
you have to act that might have just been a secret optional area. It might have just triggered as soon as we entered the room, that big invisible platform room.
Well,
But we
Well,
don't know. But we don't
either
know
way,
that.
we don't
And
know.
I feel like us messing with something that we weren't supposed to be messing with might have caused our problems there.
Most
That's
We're
likely.
possible.
adventurer. We are meant to mess with stuff.
No,
That's
we're not.
possible.
Not all the time.
I'll point out.
Wow. Just wow.
The
All
only
right.
reason that the only reason that the whole place flooded. Otherwise, I think it would have just filled up the one room.
Yeah, that's what I agree with.
Well, that's possible, but when I can remember the star sequence, I'm going to open this one and I'm going to see if I can grab some rings
We're not grabbing rings again, just to make sure. We're gonna do a test.
Hey!
We're gonna do a test.
Ockar,
If we don't grab rings this time and try to leave, if things don't go haywire again, we should be fine.
Oh no, we're going to grab the stuff.
But why? Why would you do
Because
that
I
if it's
said,
going to destroy
and
the...
you can't stop me.
Why would you do that if it's going to destroy
Calm
the place
down.
again?
Take a
I'm
take
going
a
to do
breath.
it.
Take a
You're
breath.
being
cannot stop me.
stupid.
Take a breath. Don't know. Let's not shout at each other, please.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's disagreeing with you, and it's because you're disagreeing with him so strongly, he's doing it anyway.
There
Fine,
is that.
whatever, do what you
I
wish.
definitely detect that in Higgimus right now. One of the reasons that he is so insistent on doing it is because you're so insistent on not doing it. So
Fine.
You're cancelling each other out.
Oh no.
Right,
Quite,
so
I'm happy to help Higgimus collect the rings.
so I'm kind of agreeing with both of you at the moment. I'm agreeing with Ockar that we might have problems disassembling that thing if we assemble it. But I'm also thinking there is a reason why the Rygar has put us twice in the middle of this crystal sphere with a model of these planets.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
the
if
freaking
this-
show off.
It's so he
Okay.
can show off, but this is a clue of sorts. And if we assemble that thing and it lights up one of the planets, we know what planet to go to when we get to the place on Higgimus's map.
It's
I'm
not
inclined
on the
to
map.
agree with Braxon, but I don't want to do it yet until we've searched this room.
Looking at the pieces, not putting it together.
Yeah.
But when it's put together, does it look like any sort of navigational equipment that I might have seen before?
No.
Okay.
And as
Alright,
I
cool.
said,
Very
good.
as I said,
The ruby ends up at being at like
hold
the
on,
top.
hold on, real fast. As I said, while the pieces definitely would fit into a pack right now, once assembled, while assembled, it definitely would not fit into any of your packs, including yours, Higgimus.
Okay.
But we might be able to
That's fine.
disassemble it.
And you might be, but you also might not be able to. You
It's
basically have
magical
no
nature.
idea one way
I
or the
looked
other.
at it. It looks like the gem at the top, right? The gem will be at the top.
Yeah, so Higgimus is not putting it together, but kind of demonstrating it. And it appears that you would have this triangular piece resting on top of a round shaft on a base, and the triangular piece is kind of flat, so it's theoretically possible that that forms a pointer.
Yeah. A light shines
Okay.
from the gem.
I have a suggestion. We need this object, assembled or not, to leave. We would like the rings. We need to get this object out. So if we assemble it and we can't get it apart easily, we could have one or more people take it further towards the entrance before we make an attempt at undoing the door and getting rings out of the chamber. And
Yes.
if we find that walking out, the place starts to fall apart and we can't get back, then
Oh.
at least we've got the object out.
I just realised something.
Does that sound like a good compromise?
I was going to say we don't have to assemble it here. I mean, after kind of listening to the description, that
So
all
you
was
don't
gonna be is
think
here.
it will reveal anything with the planetary model in this room?
It could, but
Well, if we go in there and we take the rings and the place starts to fall apart, we'll never have an opportunity to come back to this room. We've had 2 opportunities to come to this room, and this room might be able to teach us something. It might not, but if we don't assemble that device, we will never know.
But Braxon, to a point I agree, but to another point I don't, because it's not for absolutely certain that the other place fell apart because of we took the rings. It could just be that we, in quotes, essentially finished with the whole place, and there's no need for it to stay upright.
It
So
could be.
it could just be that once we start walking out, that the same thing happens like last time.
It could be.
Even if we didn't go through the room with the rings. So
But
I would actually
that's
say,
not my point. My point is we will never have a chance. If we leave, we will never have a chance to come back to this room and use that device here. So if we go somewhere else and it doesn't do something and we think, wouldn't it be nice to come back here and try it? We won't have that chance anymore. We have that chance now. We can take it or we can not take it. But if we don't take it, we're giving it up.
yes, I agree.
Braxon. So I have a point of contention with that. If we leave this room, I'm thinking that once we get into that other room, he'll do this thing where he says it's the final test, and we'll fight that monster, and all the rooms will start to close, and the thing will start to flood and all that whatnot.
That's possible.
I think the whole place is going to start to won't do the collapsey thing. I think the collapsey thing was
The rumbling of the liquid.
We took the rings. We took the rings out of that
Okay.
glass thing. But
Well,
I think we're still going to have the issue with the monster as we leave, because he did pop out and say one final test thing.
Fair enough. Well, my question is to not say that this is a mistake or that's a mistake. My question is, I specifically think we are standing here in front of this glorious model of a crystal sphere for a reason. And that we have a device that might reveal some information, and whether we get rings or not, we have this opportunity to try to study this model and try to find some information out about. I mean, look how many planets there are in front of us. Imagine if we had to explore all of them. That would take some time. And if this thing lights up one, or better still, if it enlarges one, and then we see a city on it or something like that, that could be incredibly useful.
Yeah. Leva, do you think you can make a illusion to simulate this room?
This room?
Yep.
Old? How big is the room?
Your illusion. I mean, you could, in that you could use the illusion spells that you have to recreate portions of this room, or at a smaller scale. Your illusion spells do not cover a large enough area to recreate this entire room to scale.
I meant as far as the solar system thing goes.
You would have to memorize that.
I would have to understand it properly to be able to recreate it, wouldn't I, Old?
Yeah, but I mean, you can do some things with spellcraft checks and stuff like that. Lafdul was just asking about that. Lafdul, if you want to roll a spellcraft check.
I wasn't sure when I was allowed to or not, so because discussion was happening.
This room is about.
It's about 150 feet wide.
It's a little less.
It's because it's not a perfect image.
I mean, it'd be great if someone could recreate it as an illusion, or if they could draw it. But what I'm saying is if this magical device interacts with this model and makes something happen in this room, it will only do it while we're here.
Yeah, I get you. Here, if we assemble it, that's fine. But I'm going to disagree with taking it outside or out of the room.
Okay.
If we need to carry it, I can carry it, and I can still fight with one hand. If Ockar carrying it, he wouldn't be able to fight with one hand still. I don't know how heavy it would be altogether, or if it's a bulky thing.
One question, Higgimus. You looked at the parts and you asked whether they look like a navigation aid. Did you check what else they might look like?
Well, he specifically hold on. He specifically asked if it was a navigation aid that he was
that's why I'm
familiar
asking
with.
my question. That's exactly why I'm asking my question. He did not expand. Is there any one of us who might recognize what it could be?
No. Not unless you have some sort of proficiency that you think might apply. Now,
Yeldan
Leva, you rolled a
pointed out
spellcraft check. What are you rolling that spellcraft check for?
for the room,
Okay.
for the
so
solar system.
Leva, you are 100% sure that the planet images themselves are fairly standard illusion magic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether that means that anything could interact with them or not, you don't know. But you're pretty sure that pretty standard, but powerful, illusion magic is what is being used to create the images, because in the previous place, some of you did walk through them, or try to touch them, and your hands moved through them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same as it was last time.
As far as you can
Braxton's
tell,
gonna lie
yes.
on the floor.
Is she reasonably confident to get a duplicate of it?
She is not powerful enough to create a true duplicate. You
the
could
same
certainly
size, but could she make a miniaturized version?
if you guys do some careful sketching, and Higgimus succeeds with a navigation check to essentially make a chart, an accurate chart, then she might be able to.
Well, let's try and do that then.
Now, keep in mind also that you do have a magic item on your ship that projects an image of the crystal sphere that you're in within the room, the navigational room.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, that's a
and
good
you
point.
do think that the magic may be slightly similar.
Okay.
But that only works on the crystal sphere that you're in, and the crystal sphere that is showing up in this chamber is definitely not the crystal sphere that you're in, Radol's crystal sphere, Winter Space.
Yeah, it's way
Yes.
too different.
Lafdul.
If I use the Enerison for the memory effect, could I memorize what I'm seeing perfectly?
I don't
it does
think you could.
state,
I don't
recall
think you
it exactly.
I don't-
Appearance, wording, or meaning.
I don't
of
think
an
you
item.
could memorize the entire chamber exactly. That's because you're talking about multiple different objects. You're talking about all the stars. It's generally used for a word or phrase. So a very small, essentially a very small memory piece.
So when Joel randomly threw an insult and I tried to memorize it,
if you'd used the Horizon, yeah, you could have memorized that insult specifically.
oh, it was an insult.
Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what incident you're talking about.
She just cursed randomly
Okay, I
in
guess.
a language I didn't understand.
Braxton's going to lie on his back and crawl under the planets to see if there's anything underneath them, symbols or anything.
So who would help me do the sketches and stuff?
Sure, might
Well,
as well.
Higgimus needs to help you. You two together could do it, but Higgimus is the one
Okay.
with the navigation proficiency, and he needs to succeed in a check.
Okay,
Higgimus?
so is that okay to do instead of using putting the device together here?
You're
Are
asking the
there
party,
any?
right?
I'm asking the party.
Mm.
Braxton says, "I still think we'll need to assemble the device here." I agree with Ockar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in favour of Braxon and Ockar because I think you've got to take the chance.
Okay, to
is
assemble
there
here.
is there
The
any
only
hidden
problem
symbols
I
under the planets, Ald?
The only problem I have with it is that there's no chats that's gonna make it harder for us to get out.
Well, like I said
What-
before, if it involves if it gets too bulky Ald said it's too bulky to put it in the back, but if it's too bulky to hold in one hand, then I can hold on to it because I have a better grip or not.
Well,
yeah.
I was actually
Bigger
thinking
hand.
we do put it together. Maybe we can tie it to your back or something.
Tight to
And
me.
one doesn't preclude the
Yeah.
other. I mean, we can still do sketches and stuff
I
to
just
try and recreate it later,
Yeah.
and still assemble the item here.
I
Okay.
just thought something we not really theorized. What's been happening with Sten? Because isn't his mission, so to speak, complete? Or can we use this object to interact with Sten?
He's standing just inside the doorway. He's been standing there the whole time.
What if we hand the object to Sten?
I mean, his hands are down by his side. If you hold him out to him, is that what you're going to do?
Why is anyone going to object?
We haven't
Yes.
put it together yet. And
Yeah, no, he might put it together. Just that.
All right, so you're going to go up to him with the objects and hold them out and say something like, here, do you want these?
I object.
All right, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
It's theory. That's what I was offering out as a
All right.
possible outcome.
Here's the idea. All right. So we'll make the sketches. I'll do the navigation check thing. We'll put the thing together here. Hopefully, maybe we can take it back apart once we check it. If not, either Ockar or myself can carry it. If Ockar is still not able to fight with one hand or carry it with one hand, then I definitely can.
We've got someone in our party
Yeah.
that specializes in that, and that's Braxon.
I think. What, carrying things?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
one
you
hand.
specialize
You're
in
one-handed
Yeah, you specialize
combat.
in one-handed combat.
Oh, right, got you.
Well, I mean, he specializes in it, but I mean, like, I can use. What I'm saying is that it might be bulky enough that he needs two hands to move around with it. That's what I'm talking. And because of my size, I'm able to carry or move around two big things at the same time.
I'm thinking, the riddle that went with this was like we could sacrifice items.
It wasn't a riddle.
Items,
He said it had different abilities that we could also
Second
use.
power.
Yeah.
It had additional powers, but we would have to sacrifice things to it.
It conceals
think
magic. Probably.
Perhaps the things in the hidden room, off to our left or right, are what we sacrifice to make it do other things.
Could be. All right,
Maybe.
so is everybody okay with that? Do the things necessary to make the sketches. Go ahead and assemble it. Try to use it in here. And then get whatever mission we can. Try to disassemble. And if we need to take it, or we can't, then we just take it out of here. But we're definitely going to go into this other room.
Yeah.
Alright.
Place here and look around.
I know it's something we haven't done while we've been here. We never truly figured out if there was another secret passage in one of the previous rooms. Because we only searched one part of the wall.
I mean, you did use the find traps on the whole wall.
Yeah, but that's just for traps. I don't know if it specifies trap doors. It's whether or not the door would be trapped.
I
Or
thought
the
we
hallway
looked
beyond
in the...
it.
Yeah, I thought we looked.
You did. Three people looked.
Yeah.
Alright.
The last chamber had, on the other side, had a doorway in midair. But we've got past that another way this time. And last time there were two routes to go, and when we went one route, the other route was closed off.
If only we had a ring of X-ray vision.
Well, okay, let's do the sketch stuff.
All right, so Higgimus, you succeed in creating a chart along with some notes about the positions of the stars and everything like that. So you do have a chart of Panopus space according to what is right here in this chamber.
Okay,
Is this
I'll make a copy.
identical?
I mean, you can make a copy when you get out.
Okay.
Yep.
Before
Is this
those
identical?
greedy.
You mean identical to the one in the other dungeon?
Yeah.
Give me another navigation check, Higgimus.
Okay.
Oh, I really hope we
You
don't have to
think so?
Yeah.
You're like 80, 90%, 85% sure that it is identical, but because you weren't looking at it with the eye
the same
of,
way as it.
yeah, you're not looking at it quite the same way, or you weren't looking at it quite the same way as you are now. You can't be 100% sure, but you're about 85% sure.
So yeah, it looks pretty certain, but like I said before, I mean, I didn't make a actual navigation chart of the first one, so there's no way to be absolutely sure.
And especially with the stars, that's one of the big places where you're not, that like you're fairly sure that the planets are where they were. Maybe the orbits are a bit different, but the stars is a big point where you're not sure of. All right, Lafdul, you have a question?
Yeah, I want to know if memory read would work on trying to retrieve memories.
I think memory read, you use that on a person, don't you?
Yeah. Read
Yeah.
memory of a single subject. Basically,
The subject of this room.
yeah. Well, basically, I could cast it on each person in turn over time. You know, another day I'll cast it on another person. Maybe one of us will remember what the room was exactly like. Basically, it's to confirm or deny whether or not what we see in here is actually what we see, as in it's the same or not.
You might be able to use that
think that would work that way.
make us recall the combination for the secret door for the stars.
So
I don't hold on. I don't think you can use memory read to compare specifically the previous chamber with this one. I don't think it would quite work that way.
Could he make it so we could remember the combination of the stars?
We wrote that down, did we?
No, we didn't.
You were marking it on the wall.
Okay. I thought somebody wrote it down.
Braxon was trying to commit it to memory, and everyone told him to run away because the place was going to blow up.
Oh, well,
There were way too many for you to commit it to memory anyway.
Oh, yeah. He was like, this is important. Oh, right, okay, I'll try not to die.
So, are we going to assemble the thing, or
Let's assemble it, try to use it, and
You could rest first if anyone has any spells that
Actually-
they wanted to try out
yeah,
first.
we should probably rest.
Okay, let's get a plan going here. We're gonna rest. People pick the spells that they want to use. We're gonna assemble the thing, try to use it. Then once we either do or don't get the information we want, then we try to disassemble it. Then we're gonna try to find the
Secret
hopefully that this place has a secret wall. Either I think it was there, maybe, or there. I'm not sure if it's similar to the other place, and go through all that stuff. Maybe get the books and see if it's made the same as the last place, and then get the hell out. Sound like a
I
plan?
have a problem.
All right.
In that, once we've done what we've done here, you guys are kind of dependent upon me casting protective spells from the elements. And the spells that I want will basically take up similar slots. So I might want to stay in here an extra day.
Okay, so what you're saying.
We'll spend 2 days in here. That's fine. I got plenty of rations.
So
Yeah, I've got plenty of rations, but is
Okay.
the party okay with this?
yes,
I'm
the plan.
fine.
Okay, let me say the revised plan real quick here. Do all the stuff with the device thing, like we were going to before. After we rest, and then explore the rooms maybe over here, wherever they're at, the secret room stuff. Before we screw with the rings, if there's a rings or device thing,
Power ring device.
take another nap. Lafdul can change his spells to the things we need to survive outside, and then mess with the ring things and leave. Sound okay? Or if there is that stuff.
Assuming a countdown timer hasn't started from us coming in the room, that should work.
You,
Yeah,
you
we
were,
spent-
you
we
were able
spent
to,
quite a bit
you
of
were
time
able to
in here
camp in the
last
previous
time.
one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did spend.
All
We
right.
spent a
so
long time in the last one.
Let's action that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Lafdul can make it one of us remember the path.
All right.
Uh,
So
we don't have to
first of
hard
all,
break
is
it
there
again.
anything that you guys want to do before the first rest? Like any spells that you guys have
Yeah.
that you want to cast?
I've got fine traps. I mean, I can try.
Do you want to do it?
Brax?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So you cast Find Traps, and what are you going to be doing? Just like checking all the walls?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. I will go around anti-clockwise, going from the door side.
Okay. You do not detect any traps in along the wall whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right. During like our rest and our times, I'm gonna try to find the pushy in star things.
Okay, where are you gonna start looking?
I'm gonna focus
last
here
time it
and
was
here.
literally every single one of the stars.
Okay, Braxon wants to quickly touch the sun, see if that's an illusion of planets.
You broke up there. You're gonna touch what?
The sun.
The
The middle,
primary?
somewhat.
The primary, yeah.
The primary is definitely not a fire body.
Yeah,
Right.
it was the
Okay, but
the only one that possibly we could probably
All right.
visit.
So he's going to touch it quickly to see if it's an illusion, the same as the other objects.
It is. Your hand passes through it.
Okay, so he wants to stick his head in there slowly to see if he can see anything inside it.
It's really disconcerting, but no, it's clearly not like sticking your head in. It looks very, very strange. It's definitely not intended for you to be looking at it in that way, but you don't notice anything
Okay.
unusual.
But there's no floating magical objects hidden in the middle.
No.
Okay, so he's going to check all the other celestial bodies as well, same
Okay.
way.
You don't find anything of note.
How good is my Rhaegar impression now that I've seen one?
Considering that you've only seen the one Rhaegar, you don't know.
Yeah. Is it better than my previous?
He looks
better than my-
exactly like the one Rhaegar.
You don't
Do
know.
I look?
Well, I mean, you don't look exactly like him because you can't
No.
make an exact. But no,
Oh.
you don't know. You don't know if you would fool anyone who is actually familiar with Rhaegar.
That's 2 sips I need to take.
All right. So we're resting. Another HP and con back.
All right, so Higgimus,
how
through the
much-
night, you do not find anything over here.
All right, see my.
So that's
Searching
while
the
you're
stars
that's
and-
in the time leading up to your the camping, and then during your watch. You don't find anything there. So
I'll relay it to the others and tell them to. If I remember right, it was on the corners, one of those corners. So maybe try to tell somebody else to really look that area over.
When we were doing it before, Ord,
Mhm.
we could press the stars in the wrong combination, couldn't we?
yeah, none of the stars that were over there pushed in.
Okay, so
Our
when
creators
it's
just try every single star until they start.
There's a
When
lot of
it's-
stars in this chamber.
when it's Braxton's shift, he will just make a slow circuit of the room, pressing at random stars to try and find an area where any of the stars go in.
Okay. Keep in mind that the room is very big, and your watch is only 2 hours.
Yeldan's doing the same thing on his watch.
Ockar
I'll
will do the
ask-
same thing on his watch.
I'll ask somebody to please start in that area there, because I checked this area here. All right, start in that area there and work your way. around.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep in mind that Higgimus, you have the third watch, so Ockar and Yeldan already went.
Yeah,
So
we're
Braxon,
doing that.
Braxon, on your watch, with the information
Yeldan
from
was
Higgimus, what do you
that
want to do?
anyway.
So Higgimus checked there and there.
No, Higgimus checked here.
Oh,
That's
right.
all he had
so,
time for.
All right. So Braxton isn't going to be doing a detailed press of every star in an area. He'll do a little bit here, and then a little bit here, and then a little bit here,
Okay.
and so on. And when he thinks he's found an area, he will do more detail on that area. But he's going to try to at least get to here.
Okay. All right.
By
So
the end of his shift.
I'll let you know if you find anything in the morning. What do these spellcasters want to do when they get up? Oh, actually, let me start with Leva, since I need to do.
Strength.
Okay, so you're gonna cast
Who
strength.
wants strength?
On Braxton again?
I just
Don't bring those hands near me. I
Brax-
don't want to get myself disintegrated.
Braxton says, "Do I need to take my clothes off first?"
Nah, it's rare that the same thing happens twice in a row.
So who are you gonna cast strength on?
Braxon.
Okay.
Because Ockar clearly doesn't want it.
Yep.
I'll take the next one, but not this one.
Braxon, you are at 1830.
Lafdul whispers to
And I still have clothes on.
Yes. Well, you notice that the last time you didn't get any strength boosts.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Well, I became slightly lighter.
So, what other spells do you want to cast, Leva?
Deep pocket.
Okay. Okay, that works. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Before we get to Lafdul spells, then everyone gains a hit point. Everyone who is down on Constitution gains another point of Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask how many Constitution
I'm gonna be
people
too
down.
short by the time we go back out. It's still fun.
Well, could be worse.
And Lafdul, you're fully healed.
Yeah, I figured as much. That's why I set my.
But if I hadn't hurt myself in that hole, I'd be getting a lot better now.
Ha! Constitution 11 now.
I'm up to 13 con.
Okay, so
Right,
Lafdul, what spells do you want to cast?
Hang on. So, I am casting a lot of different spells. Well, I'm gonna do a little bit of healing on. Casting Cure Light Wounds on Yeldan. And I'm casting this one on Higgimus. If he doesn't fail spell resist.
All right, let's find out.
I'm also
It's
creating
fine.
one more temporary healing potion. And I'm gonna pass that one to Leva if she wants to hold on to it. If not, I'll hold on to it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just updating my notes. There's 6.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No,
please.
carry on. No, it gives me time to write up my notes.
All right,
I
yes,
was going
Braxton?
to say the spell that Lafdul was talking about memorizing. Would he be able to recall the exact pattern of stars that we pressed in order to open the door?
That's why I took an Horizon. Horizon. Whatever.
No, I don't think so. Maybe with memory read. Definitely not the Horizon. The Horizon is for it's very limited in power. Like you can use that to memorize maybe the first one or the last one, but you wouldn't be able to memorize a whole sequence of presses.
I didn't realize it was literally that bad.
Well, right, but see, that's the thing is Horizons are very, very low powered. They're the priest version of cantrips. They're very low powered.
Mm.
So you can commit like a word or a phrase to memory.
Did we figure out whether or not memory read, mind read would work for remembering a pattern?
Mind read or memory read?
Memory, I think.
You might have to try it to find out.
Memory read. Yeah, well, I'm gonna. Yeah, why not? That's a good idea. To find out. Memory. Sorry, I'm writing it in my spell list.
I mean, this is assuming that room exists on this side.
No, because I'll cast it on you. Because you said you were the one who were trying to memorize the sequence. Even though we wrote it on the wall. But I think you were the most determined in that.
Well, Higgimus taught Braxon the sequence in the last room, and he
Well, it was written on the wall,
managed to
right?
find. Yeah.
We were marking out which one. So theoretically,
I
if you
suppose
can
so.
remember the sequence as it was written on the wall.
Well, right now,
Well,
Braxon's trying to find any star that goes click and goes in.
Yeah, well,
Because it
maybe
might be that this side works
opposite.
slightly differently.
Okay, so okay, so yeah, you could try memory read on Braxon if you wanted.
1 second. Change spells. That can go there. Sorry, 1 second. That can go there. There's a lot of spells to change for me. Yeah. I will try that.
All right, give me a saving throw versus spell, Braxon.
He's Yeah, because it's something he's forgotten, isn't it?
Oh,
Well, that is a failure. All right. So, Lafdul, you are able to scan the memory, and you are able to basically relive that specific experience. Looking over
I
the...
write this down.
Yep, that's fine. Looking over the chamber, you see that the the stars that you recall from your memory are down here.
Oh, I immediately go over and start pressing them while the memory's strong.
They do not press.
All right. Oh, I still make a note of it.
Okay. Now you lose 3 points of Constitution until you can next rest.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
I think we should.
Try the same stars on the other side.
Yeah, it'd be a mirror opposite or something.
Yes.
But basically, it's something to work from.
They're
that might narrow it
different
down.
stars on the other side.
Oh, okay.
I think we should all just
But those are the
start
ones on the
trying.
opposite
I think
side
we should.
work.
I think we should all start trying different parts of the walls, trying to see if we
Yeah.
can find on our own.
Let's.
Could I?
Anyone that's not a spellcaster should take a section of wall.
Yeah, I'm going to try to start pressing at the.
It's going to be
All
a
right,
while
well,
before you can
hold-
rest
hold on,
anyway.
hold
So
on. Braxon, right around the time of that, because you had the last shift, so you were still, poking at the wall when everyone was waking up and everything like that. You
Yeah.
do find, after all of this has happened, you do find that the gems are depressible up here in this quadrant.
Right.
Okay, let's get to
where?
work.
Up there.
Oh.
So
Chalk.
Can I attempt to find traps looking very specifically for a concealed door? Like
No,
cracks,
find
anything?
traps does not reveal concealed doors.
Oh,
So
Find
that
secret
means we
doors,
know.
though.
yeah. I'll
That means
find
we
That's
know
a spell
from-
that would help.
Sorry. This means we know from Lafdul's spell that it's not the same pattern.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I pull out the chalk and
Let's
Start
get to
marking.
work.
Okay.
I
Everyone mark down using up rations for the previous rest.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hang on, I'll do that now.
All right, so you guys do begin the process, and it takes many, 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 many hours, but you do...
Oh, that's how freaking brute
There
forcing.
are some things I want to mention. I'm just looking for my rations, wherever the hell they are.
All right, what do you want to mention?
I want to cast. Was it thought capture? Maybe I'll get some memories of this place, bits of information, maybe.
Might tell you the password that he need. Password.
Or just something about this room. I might something of importance. That's what I never got to do last time.
Okay.
I've got 3 castings of it, so I'm going to cast 1 in here for now.
All right. Is there a time limit or anything like that, or... I'm looking...
Oh.
trying to pull it up, too.
Yeah. Not that I can see.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me take a look at the spell. You will probably get something, though, I think, based on what I recall that spell doing.
Yeah. Background information, texture to campaign mode or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, my PDFs are just being really slow right now. Okay, so, you cast that while everyone is looking around. And with the first casting, what you get initially is a sense of incredible pride in an achievement. Someone who was in this room in the past is incredibly proud of something that they did.
Wait. before you go on to say, I haven't said I'm casting all 3 of them in here.
Right, I know. I'll
All right.
move
Okay.
on to. I'm just going to give you stuff that you get from here. The emotion is not just pride. However, there's a very aloof sense to what you're detecting as well. The person is not just proud of what they've done, but proud of themselves, proud of just about everything, kind of thing. You're like,
It's like a life goal, life ambition. Or is it like Higgimus just getting a new gun, or me getting my ring back? Kind of, yay!
No, it's not a yay. It's a
Eureka.
I've spent a lot of time working on this thing. Of course, I was able to do it because I'm me.
Arrogance.
But it is, yeah. There's a definite streak of arrogance here, and that's basically what you get there.
I've got 2 more casts that I will cast elsewhere.
You don't want to cast a second one here yet?
No. When we find a secret passage, I'm going to cast one in there.
Okay. All right. So, any other spells that you want to cast in here while people are still searching, or do you just want to help them out?
I am going to use augury, and if we were to leave this place as we were now into the next room, basically I want to know if that fight will trigger, i.e. will I experience great danger?
There is definitely danger if you were to leave right now.
Alright, yeah. That confirms that. So it's not indicative of us taking the rings.
Since you were specifically asking if you leave this chamber.
Yeah.
No, that was not part of what you were asking.
Guess what I want to know, so
Anything else?
Casting of idea. I don't really have anything specific. It's in case I've forgotten something, maybe. Down a good piece.
Okay. You know that some Spelljammer specific magic items, like the navigation device that you have on your vessel, only function on a vessel with a helm attached. Whether that has anything to do with the object that you picked up here, you don't know, but that's just what pops into your head.
Alright, no, I pass that information on to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that I think that settles it.
That's what you got from your spell told you this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I might have realised it, but not just thought of it. It helps me, point me in the right direction kind of spell.
This is what your god does to you? Makes you realize something?
He helps me from time to time.
Has it ever been wrong before?
Idea is never wrong.
Not this specific spell.
It's just that he may not have the correct interpretation of it.
Yeah.
And what did your idea tell you this time?
Oh, I relay what Old told me. Because I can't remember what he said.
It has something to do with the fact that the astrolabe didn't work without a helm.
Yeah.
Attached to it.
Certain items that are for spelljamming vessels only work on spelljamming vessels with helms attached.
Whether that, and again, like I specifically said, the idea spell did, kind of reveal that whether that applies to this item that you have or not, you do not know.
Yeah.
It brings up a good point, though.
All right. Well, let's take that into consideration, and then let's find the door.
Okay.
Old.
Yes.
Where's Sten standing?
He is just standing in the doorway to this chamber. He has not moved in all the time.
And Ockar's not helping look at the stars at the moment, is he?
I think he is. I don't think. I assumed.
I said I was helping.
Yeah, I assumed that everyone was helping to look who wasn't doing something else, which was great.
Yeah, but I thought we'd found them, and then Higgimus was working on the sequence?
I think everyone was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
not
guys
like
were
it's
helping.
Yeah,
not
at
like
some point.
one person has to work on it.
I mean, it spans a pretty significant portion of the wall, so rather than having...
Yeah, so we would still be helping.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a case where, you can have the people arrayed there and push in one, all right, Ockar, push in the next one you want to try there, okay, kind of thing,
Would it be a problem if someone took a break for a couple of minutes?
No.
Okay, Braxon's going to grab Ockar's hand and say, can I show you something for a second? There's a pattern in the stars on the other side. So he's going to come here, and I'm hoping that we're on the other side of the celestial body in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to cup his hands over Ockar's ear and say something very quietly into his ear.
Okay.
Should I whisper it or something?
Are you PMing that to...
I could PM him or something like that, or I could just say it.
Yeah, just PM it.
Well, it depends on... Do you want the rest of the party to be aware of this or not? I mean, obviously, right now they would not be aware of this, but...
Eventually,
you could
yes.
go into another channel.
Or,
involved.
I mean, you could just PM him and then whisper it to me on Roll20, so that I know.
Let me whisper it to you, and then you can...
I mean, it's up to you whether you let everyone else know. I don't care one way or the other.
Well, I don't mind letting everyone know. It's just when they know. Okay, so I'll just tell everyone.
All right.
Okay, so what Braxon whispers into Ockar's ear as quietly as he can, while still being audible.
You know, I was going to cast Better Sense.
Hold on. Let him talk.
This is coincidental.
You done? Okay, so he says that thing we're calling Sten is following us around. You might want to use your power of detecting evil intent on it every so often, because at some point we're going to find the puzzle. So, is it part of the challenge? Is it a reward for us, or is it going to try and steal the treasure?
I'll keep an eye on it.
Brilliant. So,
I'm not sure, but okay.
yeah, so then Braxon says out loud, so do you think that looks like the holy symbol of your god?
It definitely does not.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Yeah,
sort of
it's just a
throwaway.
distraction. Yeah, it's a...
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, Ockar detecting evil intent will either reveal evil intent or it won't reveal evil intent, so... Other than the fact that you have to concentrate for a round.
I'll concentrate on the golem thingy.
Yeah.
Okay. You do not detect any evil intent from him at this moment.
Okay, and I'll do that. I'll do that periodically.
Okay.
So,
to keep tabs on it while we're doing our work.
All right.
so Braxton's gonna go over to Lafdul and say a similar thing. He's going to say, I found a symbol. I thought it was similar to Ockar's holy symbol, but it's not. I think it might be similar to yours. Would you come and take a look for me?
Sure. Lafdul raises his eyebrows.
Okay. And what are you going to say to Lafdul, or suggest for him to do?
Yeah. So he's going to say, I've asked Ockar to check the thing we're calling Sten to see if it's got any evil intent. I'm thinking it's either part of this puzzle and it could be a reward for us that we get to keep, or it could be something that wants to steal the treasure that's decided to follow us so they can steal the treasure at the end. So I don't know if you have any spells that could help us work out if it's a friend or foe. But
I would tell you that magic doesn't work on it. It's got warding.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well,
either my spell failed because it's got high magic resist, or it's just warded against it.
We might want to slowly pass messages to the others if we can separate people off from it, just in case it attacks us when we leave.
I mean, it's standing in the doorway, and this is a 150-foot wide room. It's pretty easy to get someone to the to isolate people away from it and inform them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to make it too obvious.
All right, so you're gonna eventually, over time,
eventually tell everyone.
Tell everyone. Okay. Alrighty. And it takes many hours, but eventually you do find the sequence of gems to press.
Ugh, finally.
And the door opens into a chamber. The chamber is pretty dark, but you've got your light stones and everything like that, and lanterns. So you're able to see down the corridor, and you can see that it does branch after a while.
All right. Now that we've got that opened up, do we want to use the device, or do we think that we need to, with the tip that Ockar's Higgimus will kind of quirk his eyebrow, idea spell gave us? Do we want to wait until we get back to our ship to
Lafdul's magic.
Device? I'm asking the party.
Well, if we take the rings, that might trigger things off.
Well, that's why I want to do this before. If we're going to try to use it, then I want to use it now.
I thought we were going to see about trying to leave first before we did the rings.
No.
No, Higgimus vetoed that.
My augury
why?
told me if I left this room now, there would be great danger. That is what I was trying to figure out, whether or not it was related to the rings, and it told me that it is not.
Actually, it specifically said danger, not great danger.
Just danger.
What's the difference?
Well, that danger could just be
2d10.
us fighting a monster again, like we did last time.
It's kind of like along the lines of, what are the chances of you getting killed? Kind of thing.
Because if you remember, the last time we did this, we fought a monster, but I don't think the raising liquid was part of the challenge.
We won't know until we go out.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't cast augury before the last time, so you don't know if that was just a case of danger or great danger or incredible danger.
All I know,
or nearly impossible to avoid death danger. I mean...
All I know is that last time when we took the rings, everything went crazy even before we entered that room.
Yeah, it was fine at the end.
Yeah, you did get out.
Yeah, but we were prepared for it to go.
We got out by the skin of our teeth.
We were not that. We weren't that far behind.
Yeah, Lafdul was tempted to skin a creature, but
Sten managed to get out okay.
We barely got out of there, if you remember.
No, Sten was.
No, you did kind of barely get out
before we got out.
We barely got out. The only thing that allowed us to get our armor off and get into our winter clothes in time was because of Higgimus and his wall of ice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if
magma's going to destroy it faster.
Yeah, if we're going to do a rest, do we do a rest before or after we put the device together?
I don't think that putting the device together now will.
I don't think it will either.
Right. Well, let's do that then. See if we learn anything.
My thing was, did we want to do that because we might not be able to take it back?
Well, I want to do it.
Oh, actually, the key already had a thing attached to it, right? Old.
What?
For the item we got from before.
No, it wasn't attached to it.
Oh, we didn't put it together.
No,
we put it together to see that they fit.
Okay.
We took it apart again.
Oh, we did take it apart again?
Yeah, but who says once we put all three pieces together, it won't?
Oh, okay.
It won't be able to, right?
All right.
Honestly, I think it is disassemblable. I don't know.
You think it is? Okay.
Let's go ahead and try it.
I'm hedging on that side of the fence.
All right. I will put it together then, if that's what we want to do.
All right.
Okay. So you, Ockar takes out the base, places it down on the invisible floor in this chamber, and hands you the key, and and then you take the triangular piece and you're going to assemble them?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do so, and the forms of the items do subtly change. The key itself actually reduces in size. It's not as long. So there's only about 3 or 4 inches sticking out of the base for the object. However, the base gets larger. It gets taller. So overall, the object is about 4 feet high.
Ooh.
With the triangular piece resting on top, and you notice that it does spin. However, it does not pull off. You cannot yank it off.
Told ya.
Doing so, the base also, as part of the changes, you notice 3 panels appear on the back of it. And they have little handles on them, which allow you to open up the panels. One of them is larger than the other. One of them is only a couple inches wide, whereas the other one is a good 8 inches wide, leading into a pretty sizable hole inside. The other one is significantly smaller. And as you, after you've assembled it, Higgimus, since you're the one that did this, you get a sudden flash of insight in your brain. And it reveals to you that placing a valuable gem in the smaller compartment will point a way to something related to the larger compartment. You realize that it would act as sort of a bloodhound or locator object. However, it also tells you that when no objects are placed inside, it will lead you to Panopa space.
Wow.
A bloodhound effect?
It'll
If
if you put something in the larger chamber and a gem in the smaller chamber, it tells you it indicates to you that it must be a gem of high value. It will direct you to something related to what you've placed in the larger compartment.
Oh, okay.
Do you put something in the larger compartment and it'll direct you to something related to it?
Yeah.
How big is this thing now? You said it's 4 feet
So,
tall.
Yes.
it would be like if we put a piece of mithril into the upper compartment and then a high-value gem into the smaller compartment. It would direct us where we could find mithril.
You're not sure if that's quite what it means. I mean, this is Higgimus.
It just points my armor.
You think that Higgimus? You think that this is more along the lines of a bloodhound effect, as in, if you were trying to find someone and you had a personal possession of theirs, you could place it in the larger compartment, and then a gem in the smaller one.
We can find Jewel now.
Lead you
Just
to them.
Oh no.
we can find Jewel.
That's hilariously funny.
Do we have anything that belonged to her?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
chest.
the chessboard.
Yeah.
Okay, we know what we're doing next after this.
No,
after we
no.
find it.
Are you
No.
sure you want to, though?
All right, I have
We
a
need to
question
get
for
the
you.
book back.
No, it's already been used.
Yeah, she would have used that.
Well,
All right,
we,
I'll-
need to get your, we need to get your ring back, the one that lets you see through walls.
Yeah, Lafdul wants that. He's definitely going to jump. He's advocating this.
Yes, Higgimus.
We need to get more stuff stolen.
She's a dragon, and she'll.
We've
totally
killed a
kill-
dragon.
Yes, Higgimus.
We almost got killed by a dragon.
Higgimus had a question.
She's
for me.
also
we
an
killed
old
Hold on, guys. Higgimus had a question for me.
All right, how big? How is this thing going to be? The small people, the small people going to be able to pick this up and carry it?
So
Or
you're
is
gonna
it gonna have to be me?
try to shift it?
Yeah.
It weighs 200 pounds.
All right, so it's going to be me.
Well,
I could
we gotta
reduce it. I could reduce it in size. Probably.
To,
maybe.
Well, we gotta get that back to the ship. So good luck,
Do-
Higgimus.
Yeah, that's
Do
fine.
any of the controls do anything that tells us anything about the planets in this room?
No.
Oh well, guess I was wrong.
So, yeah, we should have assembled this on our ship. That's fine.
Can you try undoing the key? Maybe it'll reduce to its original size.
No, we tried that. We can't.
It doesn't come apart.
It doesn't come apart. It's assembled. All right, so I'm going to set this next to the door. Right there.
Stem runs off of it.
Well, if he runs off with it, I'll chase him down and break him. All right, so let's.
I could try and reduce it tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Would you know? Could she? All right. Let me put it in a way that she could roll a check on it. I asked Leva, would you know if your reduce spell works on artifact level powered items? Items have like an artifact level of power. In other words, can she check?
Less so. Item would. As far as I'm concerned, the item description says very clearly, but it's only non-magical. Item is non-magical,
clearly
but
magical.
Yeah, it's magical. Yeah.
And reduce is a creature or object, but it doesn't say.
Reduce
What's
would
the
work on
reverse?
magic items. Whether this is a magic item or an artifact is a separate class of things. You don't know.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if she could roll.
Well, she could try. It doesn't matter. We don't need to discuss this whole lot. We can try it. It's fine. Let's explore. I'm gonna put the thing down over here. Let's explore this area. This darkened area here to find out what we can find. See what's there. But if there is a thing with those rings, or if maybe it's something different, let's not mess with that until we take a rest, and Lafdul can change out his spells, and Leva can change out her spells. And then once we do that, we'll grab what we can, and I'll carry the device, and the rest of you are gonna have to protect me.
Okay. All right, so you head down the first segment of the hallway, and you see after the turn, pretty much like you you remembered, it does lead to a door down at the far end, and there is another turn-off, and you also see the hallway going up back towards the other chamber.
We know this way was a dead end last time, so we might also explore this way first.
Oh, that way it has like a people.
It goes to like,
room,
we just get that way over
and the other door that leads to that room as well.
Do you want to?
Let's go this one first.
You want to go to the door first? Any objections?
No.
No.
Okay. Like in the previous place, this is apparently some form of library or
books,
magical laboratory, and there are shelves with books and scrolls and things of that nature. Many of them have disintegrated, have fallen apart.
I cast
Yeah.
Thought capture in here once you're done describing.
Okay. Some of the books and scrolls do appear to be intact. You might be able to collect them. Some of them, especially based on what you witnessed in the previous place, you suspect that they are in poor shape and would collapse on you if you tried to
Could I
move them.
be very careful and not put them into my pouch?
Not really.
Because they would be in like a separate dimension. They wouldn't get shuffled about or...
No, I mean they're old enough that some of these are old enough
It's
that
just somebody.
they would
If somebody
disintegrate.
touches them, they just fall apart.
Yeah, that's just how old they are.
So they're like Braxton's clothes. They just haven't fallen over yet.
Yeah, actually, it's a good way of describing it.
I wonder if we can just like scrape like page off after page, just reading them. Like scraping the top layer off, so to speak, brushing it aside so we can go through layer by layer.
You know, one of you two finger wagglers
just real
needs
fast,
to invent
real
a
fast.
spell.
Hold on. This description that I gave you is more of a deus ex machina for why you only get a handful of books out of what is a very large room filled with books.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
Lafdul, it wouldn't work because one page has two sides. So if you scrape the page off, you'll only see one. You only read one side of each page.
I think one of you finger
DSS
wigglers
box.
needs to invent a spell for restoring a book to life.
Well, there's time magic for that. But...
Better not, because then Braxon would get the idea that we need to pick up every single book that we see. In addition,
You wouldn't be against that, though. So I don't see why you're on the party.
you see, this is the 50th copy of Hansel and Gretel. Do we really need to take it again?
But it's worth like 5,000 gold.
All right.
Sell it all.
Finger wagglers, take what you need.
I want my foot capture. I want to know about spell research or something in here that happened.
Okay. You cast Thought Capture in here, and you get a strong emotion of perseverance, of hard work, and spellcasting. This is definitely a place where a lot of spellcasting and spell research was done, and you get a brief glimmer of the figure that you saw appear out in the other chamber, using some sort of spell or magic to levitate one of the books onto the shelf. The book that you see in this image is bound in blue leather.
Oh, do I see that book?
Yep, the book is on the shelf.
Oh,
Is
can
it
I
one of the
can I
biggest
levitate that book
editions?
off?
With your ring?
Yeah,
Yes,
emulating
you
what he done.
can. You do so. The books that were next to it do slip and disintegrate, but you are able
They
to
were early.
levitate this down onto a table if you want.
Yep.
What's the book about?
Yeah, there's a thing about these books.
There's no title in the book.
Oh, that's good.
Never cast detect magic.
Wild Surge, Fireball.
Shh.
Goodbye, recess. Goodbye, party.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Closed spaces.
You do not detect any magic from the book. You do detect some magic from some scroll cases that are still on the shelves, however.
Ooh.
Can I get those then?
Yes, you can.
Can she tell if they're trapped? I.e., there'll be a spell on the scroll case rather than inside.
They weren't trapped last time, were they?
No, but it's a thing that she can do.
Depends on the
I
trap.
don't think so.
There,
Yeah,
one of
well,
one of
some.
the
Yeah.
one of the specific spells does have a chance to detect it for spellcasters. Most of the others don't. But you actually have to interact with the device in such a way that you would trigger the trap for that to happen.
Oh, I'm dead, but there was a trap.
Well, no, I mean, if you detect it, then you detect it in time. But you have to actually be doing what would trigger the trap, like either opening
Okay.
or reading or whatever.
So, the scroll cases are down on the table.
Okay.
I'm going to open them. I want to see what's inside.
Oh,
All right. Nothing bad happens when you do so, and you see a handful of scrolls inside there. Inside the scroll cases, there's actually 3 scroll cases, but they're very big and bulky. You'd probably want to transfer the scrolls to the devices that you currently have to carry them. And you see a total of 6 separate scrolls.
Quite a lot.
oh, quickly.
Mhm.
Did Sten follow us in here?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
last time he didn't. Huh.
So would I need to read magic to see what the scrolls are about? Because I
Yes.
didn't memorize that.
Yes, you would.
Okay. I ask Lafdul to have a quick look at the scrolls to see whether he can make sense of them, whether some of
He
them
needs
are
to actually.
scrolls?
He needs to
I
actually
need to pray
pray.
on them.
Yeah, he needs to pray for them. So basically,
okay.
it in when it comes to scrolls like this, it's oftentimes better for you to
Count.
cast read magic, read them, and then if you can't decipher them, say, "Oh, must be a priest scroll." Here you go, Lafdul.
Okay, let's do that. So I packed them into my bag.
Okay,
How many of them are there, and how
6.
heavy are they?
They're negligible weight.
6 gold
Magical
cases.
paper.
No,
Makes
I
you more
mean the
flammable.
scroll cases. The scroll cases themselves are very big and bulky. Like
So I take the
they're
scrolls.
fairly ornate. Yeah. So like I said,
They're ornate. Are they worth anything? Can I do appraisal?
not really.
Ah.
I mean,
What are
they're
they made of?
just wood.
Oh.
Well, they lasted a long time.
Yeah, but the people in Radel, they might no, they might ask for the scrolls. Sod them. No, but they said about not wanting anything alien. So
All right.
You wanna go
spellcaster
through and-
got all the
and-
books
I
and
have to
scrolls.
I have to get let us keep the big device that we got.
yeah, they don't care about that. It's alien in nature.
Lafdul, do you take the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Can I
gonna,
put it in a pouch, or is it not? Is it too big?
it's too big for the pouch.
Oh, sad face. All right, gives them a backpack.
You can put it in Leva's dimensional thing, right? Wouldn't that be fine?
So you're gonna put it into your backpack,
Yeah, I would
pick it up.
regularly. Yep. Whoa. What are you implying by that? No, because I used Fort Capture, and that mage didn't specifically. He did not touch it. Was there any reasoning behind that?
That's just the image that you saw. Maybe he was
Alright, I'm
lazy.
going to cast it again. I'm casting it again, just in case.
Thought capture.
Yep. I might get
Okay.
a different memory, but that's my last spell.
You see him poring over 3 books at one time, laid out on the table. You recognize one of the books as being one of the ones that was next to this one that you pulled off with your ring, but it has disintegrated. And you also notice that all of them are written in a language that you are unfamiliar with. Although you did see them in the previous place.
Oh, so
Is
yeah, probably the language we
Can-
didn't.
Can Lafdul write down the symbols of the language?
No, it's very quick, and it's
Okay.
not. I mean, he's only seen like a glimpse and just like one page kind of thing.
Oh no, I just thought he could go and ask around. Do you know what language this is? But if he's got sort of getting it second hand, isn't he? The
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, I'm just recognizing it as a language that I don't recognize. All right. Well, I guess I will touch the
What?
book. Sad face.
Nothing bad happens.
Yay! Because I know those books that if you just touch them, you lose a level.
What's the furniture like in this room, Auld? Is it a
Um,
bookshelf and a dresser? Or something?
there's a bookshelves, and then there's a number of tables. Some of the tables have collapsed with age.
If you remember, Leva cast detect magic, and that blue book didn't radiate magic.
And there's also alchemical equipment, but most of it has broken with age.
Is
All
there
right.
anything like a cabinet in here?
No.
How much does that book weigh?
It weighs 10 pounds.
Sheesh. Oh, that puts me up light now.
It's a very
So
big,
there's not
it's a
one of
very,
these
very
writing
big
desks.
book.
There's not one of these writing desks that might have secret compartments.
No, none of the tables or anything else that's intact have any significant depth to them.
I'm bundling that book in the middle of my backpack, so
Okay.
it's got the least chance of breaking.
Did your finger augers get all the books and scrolls and
Are there
paper
any
stuff you want?
Is there any spell research stuff that I can add to my pouch?
If you want to go through the shelves and take anything that doesn't
Yes.
fall apart.
Yep.
Okay, you get a total of 13 books. And those that you're able to decipher all appear to be on various subjects involving the elements, conjuration, dimension magic, and alchemy.
Yeah,
So
elements,
are they all in
conjuration.
Elemental, summoning, dimension, and alchemical magic.
Are they all in Elvish then?
No, these are the ones that he can decipher. Some of them are common, and there's 2 other languages that he cannot identify.
Oh, okay.
So what was the last one? Sorry.
Alchemical.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
These are. Sorry, what language?
Some are in common, some are in Elvish, and then
Oh.
there's some that are in 2 other languages that you don't know.
Oh, it's basically a mixed group.
And I can give you more details after the session.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Let's look at the other room.
It's a bookcase up against the wall.
Yes.
Once all the books have been taken out that are recoverable, Braxon wants to move the bookcase in case there's a door hidden behind it.
The shelf is attached to the wall,
Oh, it's just shelves stuck on the wall.
basically. I mean,
Okay.
it's not like the shelves are individual, but the bookshelves are fully wooden with wooden backs, but they are clearly attached to the wall.
Braxton's still going to try and move one or get the back off.
They don't budge.
He'll smash it up then.
Okay. Braxon gets destructive on the bookshelves, and
Lafdul's thinking this is like sacrilege.
he
I don't know how
smashes
Lever feels about this.
the shelves, and you cut into the backing, and there's just stone behind it.
Okay.
Leva
Is
Well,
it-
he's not going to smash the whole thing up. Just try and get it away from the.
Yeah, Lafdul. The
Leva
cast.
has tears in her eyes.
Yeah, Lafdul's kind of distraught by the sacrilege. Braxon.
Yep. Braxton,
Maybe
how
maybe you
dare
should
you?
make him. You should make him leave some more clothes. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah, I should
How
really.
how would he feel if
Well,
he just lost
it's
all
just a
of his
bookshop.
equipment?
Oh my
Braxton
God.
goes, there's my theory of a secret door.
It's just a gun, Higgimus. You know, anyone can get a gun.
It's fine. All right. Let's go
Anyways,
to.
How big are these pouches? Is
This
it 2
way.
books per
Yeah, 2 books per
pouch?
pouch.
I'm gonna check the other room.
All right, so you head down that other corridor, and there is a door at the end.
Open it.
Okay, opening that, you see another room like the one in the previous dungeon. There are metal contraptions surrounding the chamber, pipes, hoses, of all that nature. There seems to be a steady hum or thrum throughout the room, and in the center is another pedestal with a bell jar on top and spinning objects inside.
Oh, I should have used my thought capture in here.
Leva followed Higgimus, so she doesn't need to watch Braxton destroy any more bookshelves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like it is the same thing. Let's go take a rest. Let the spellcasters change up their spells, and we'll come at this the next day.
Okay.
Why don't we search that last bit of corridor, even though we know where it's going to go, just to map it out?
Fine.
You never know; there might be something down there.
Fine.
Leva, do you think that you're going to take read magic?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to take a few more, like,
all right.
languages, so I
Going
know.
to be
Let's do it.
fight. Oh,
All right, hold on. I'm revealing the hallway. Hold on. It does lead down to a door, an obvious door, that you do believe leads back into the very large chamber, and it is much like the one that you ended up destroying on the previous dungeon. And the other branch leads to another small circular hole in the
Hearing.
wall that lets you see into that chamber. Unlike the door into the hallway, once you left that large chamber, there is heat emanating through that hole. It's small enough that it doesn't really bother you, but putting your, like, actually looking through it, you do get this, like, faceful blast of incredibly hot air.
Your eyes slowly melting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else in that hallway, or?
We'll look around a little bit and see if there's anything obvious, like chest or
No, it's pretty plain.
free magic item sign.
It's pretty plain.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go rest.
All right. So, Leva, you want to cast read magic on the scrolls?
I have to wait until the next day.
Right.
I haven't memorized
Yeah,
it
no,
today.
that's what I mean. But take
Yes,
the rest
I will.
and then cast. All right.
And I want to cast comprehend languages on the books,
Okay.
so at least I can tell what languages they are. Maybe?
You can tell that one of the languages. Well, obviously you can understand the Elvish and the Common with that, and you can understand and recognize that the third set are in High Draconic or Old Wormish.
Oh, okay.
The fourth one, your spell is not able to decipher.
I'll let Lafdul know what I found out, so he knows what the languages. Well, the ones I've recognized.
Okay.
Good
So
stuff.
everyone's going to get a hit point back. Everyone mark off another day's worth of rations.
Ooh.
Everyone who's lost Constitution gets another point back.
I'm down to 12 rations.
Lafdul, of course, you fully restored.
I'm at 14.
From my...
I'm 1 point away from being fully restored.
Oh no.
And Leva, with the read magic, you determine that one of the scrolls is a scroll of protection from earth and stone. Another scroll is a scroll of protection from possession.
Wow.
It's against vampires.
Another scroll is a wizard spell scroll with the spells Contact Other Plane and Spell Shield, both at 10th level. And there is a second wizard spell scroll with the spells Preserve Wood, Airy Water, Fabricate, Power Word Stun, Whirlpool, and Homunculus Shield at 16th level.
Wait, what's a Homunculus Shield?
Sounds fun.
It's a rarer spell. She can look up the details. And the other two are apparently pre-spell scrolls because you cannot decipher them.
Okay, I pass those to Lafdul, and I also tell the group I think that one of the frontliners should take the protection spells, or at least one, or they should split them up. If they can use them, can they use them?
Yeah, anyone can use protection scrolls generally.
Okay.
So we have protection.
Protection from earth and stone, and a scroll of protection from possession.
What's possession do? Maybe I should have that one.
You generally don't know exactly what they do. I mean...
Yeah. I'll take the protection from Thingamabob.
Possession?
Possession.
Thingamabob.
Okay.
I don't know what
Lafdul,
Thingamabob is, but it sounds horrifying.
Lafdul, you're gonna pray over the spells, the pre-spell scrolls to try and determine what they have?
Sure, if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, sure.
I love that.
Mainly
Yeah,
it's just
whatever.
to get this done with and then distribute to them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
The pre-spell scroll, one of them has the spells Trip and Wall of Fire at 10th level. And
What does Trip do?
It's
Trip causes people to trip.
Yeah, quite literally.
Oh God.
Yeah, knocks
It's
it off.
useful.
Does what it says on the tin. And
Walling.
the other one is a scroll with the spells Dust Devil, Heat Metal, Watery Fist, and Entropy Shield at 12th level.
Ew, I did not get time to write them down fast enough.
I'll post them in afterwards.
Yeah.
Did you say watery fist?
Yes, Watery Fist.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes a fist of water. Shocker! So those are the items that you got. And when you're back and ready to work on your library, I'll tell you how much all of the books that you've gotten count towards that. Any other spells that you want to cast, in preparation for leaving, so that we can just kind of get that wrapped up here?
Yeah, I was.
Right. You can have time if you want to think about it more. That's fine too. If you want to wait until next time.
I
probably.
haven't even written down the read magic spells yet and stuff. I haven't even fixed up the night yet.
That's fine.
Right.
That's fine. You can wait.
It takes
we
a
can wait
long
until
time
next
for us
session because it is
casters to change our spells.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, part of it depends on how quick you are at it and stuff like that. So if you want to wait until next time, that's perfectly fine. I think that's where we'll wrap it up unless anyone has any last-minute things while I work out experience points.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Experience points wise, let's see. Higgimus, that is going to be 1,500 experience points.
Nice.
Braxon, that will be 1,700 experience points.
Wow.
Yeldan, that will be 1,500 experience points. Leva, that'll be 1,500 experience points.
Wow.
Lafdul, 1,700 experience points.
Yay.
And Ockar,
Sounds like I made it back just in time.
1,800 experience points.
Oh.
What should I make?
Yeldan, you got 1,500.
Cute.
So that's 1,800.
Yep.
Unlike you guys, I have to split mine in half, add 10% to 1. You guys have got it easy.
Yes, so easy. All right, so when we come back next time, we will be wrapping up this dungeon, and you'll be getting out, and then begins the long trek home through the Sunside. I'm looking forward to trying to kill you.
Fun. I think I'm gonna go in negative constitution.
Oh,
You'll die
if
at
you
that
go
point.
negative constitution, you're dead.
Well,
yeah,
no,
if
I
we hit
mean,
zero
not-
constitution, we're dead.
Yes.
I meant as in I start losing hit due to low constitution.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Can Braxon order a custom magical item? A suitcase of everlasting clothes. Lever's made my clothes dissolve. That's fine. I'll just go to the suitcase and get some more.
You might be able to hire a
Make-
wizard to make clothing of invulnerability to disintegration in such a case where
Yeah.
they cannot be disintegrated, but if you got hit with disintegration, all that would be left is your clothes.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny.
It's actually good. I might need that for a hat.
You know.
Yeah. So all that's left is your captain's hat.
All right, well, thank
Allows
you guys
to
for
pass on
playing.
the command.
I hope you enjoyed it, and when we come back next week, we will be having lots more fun with the Sunside. See you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for the
Showing
game.
us.
Yeah.
Yep.